Welcome inside the Citrus TV studios for a special Webisode edition of Talking Points. I'm Gabrielle Caracciolo. The Diocese of Brooklyn is paying $27.5 million to 4 men who say they were sexually abused by a lay teacher while attending Catholic school. According to the New York Times, the settlement is one of the largest ever granted by the Catholic Church to victims of sexual abuse. Joining me now is Talking Points contributor Michael Furnari to discuss the ongoing scandal. Michael, thanks for joining us. So now, like I mentioned, this is one of the largest settlements. What differentiates this case from others?
I think it's less the case itself that makes it different and more the time we're in. If you look at the case, it's not the worst allegation that's ever come out from inside the church. But right now, the church is in a situation where they're really kind of all over the world. They're very vulnerable, and they've made a lot of huge and critical public mistakes. You know, there's massive scandals going on in Pennsylvania, D.C., Chile, all over the world. And I think what you see here is really more the Catholic Church trying to take a stand right now and kind of get in front of this. And with these huge payouts, I think they're trying to kind of rebuild some of that equity in their communities.
And like you mentioned, there are a lot of scandals going on around the world. And one of these scandals is the allegations that Pope Francis actually knew about the sexual abuse from Cardinal McCarrick here. So what can you tell me about that? Yeah,
so the story here starts back during the papacy of Pope Benedict. And so according to Archbishop Carlo Vigano, who wrote a very kind of scathing memo in recent months, he alleged that Pope Benedict punished Theodore McCarrick because he knew about what he was doing, and he ordered him to basically be kind of banned from all official church activity. And then, according to this archbishop, Francis kind of skirted that sanction, and Francis decided that he was going to kind of bring him in as a close personal advisor. And then now, once Francis became Pope, McCarrick was allowed to kind of go around the world on official church business. And so this is very important, because while the Catholic Church has had a lot of scandals over the decades, this is the first time the Pope has really been tied to it. And currently, McCarrick is once again under sanction, and Francis has come around. But I think a lot of damage has been done in the public eye in terms of the legitimacy of the Pope on these issues.
Right. And so now one of the cardinals who's actually trying to get ahead of this and launch an internal investigation is Cardinal Timothy Dolan, who is in charge of the Archdiocese of New York. And he announced on Thursday that he's appointed a special counsel to come in and look at this case of sexual abuse and sexual harassment within his archdiocese. So let's take a listen to what he had to say.
If I lose the trust of my people in this community, I don't have much left. Accountability, transparency, action, and trust. Meet Judge Barbara Jones, who will now become our special counsel and independent reviewer.
So now, obviously, this is a step in the right direction, having some investigation, come in, look at it, see how can this be fixed in the future so this is not a problem that continues. But how are these investigations going to work?
I think the Cardinal's right here. I don't think the public trust right now is very high in the Catholic Church, and I don't think it's high enough for the Church to be able to kind of do these behind closed doors investigations. I mean, we've seen how internal discipline went with McCarrick and with Francis and with Benedict. So I think the Cardinal's right in that it's going to take kind of these very public, very transparent investigations in order for some of that public trust to be repaired.
Great. Thank you for joining us. And that's all the time we have on this Talking Points webisode. For more Talking Points content like full shows, articles, and webisodes, visit CitrusTV.com and follow us on Twitter at CitrusTV News. Be sure to tune in on Monday for a brand new episode of Talking Points. For Michael Furnari and everyone here at Citrus, I'm Gabrielle Caracciolo. Thanks for watching.